G'day everyone and welcome to episode 72, where today we attempt our first drop section of our Wild West Falls. For those who haven't been to the real life park, this is a part of the ride that you go backwards on, and you go down that drop completely backwards and get absolutely soaked. But something that's always bothered me about this ride, and this is going to be my little 2 cents, is that when you come out of the mountain, you see the whole backside of the mountain, and it's like the backstage area. Like, they tried to theme it, but then they thought, screw it. So I knew attempting this in my own way, I had to have my own little callback to it with a little backstage area of the service access there. So if they ever wanted to do maintenance, it's in plain sight. So that's why that's there. I really wanted to have that implemented. I thought it was a nice, funny little add-on, but I also know that you can't see it from the ride vehicle, so don't worry. So I knew it was going to be completely hidden. I had a couple of different designs for what I wanted to do here. You'll see this is one of them here that we end up scrapping, but I did want to keep it in to show that there was a lot of iterations of what I tried to do here. It was hard to work out what I really wanted to pull off in the ride. So the problem I was having was the animation when you go over that mountain, that first drop, is the guest looks at their feet. So it was really weird to try and find something that worked for this area. It's obviously something that you can fix by obviously moving the camera, but I wanted to have it where if you just did a POV of the video, you didn't have to look around with the camera. It's more stuff draws your eyes organically. So in order to do that, you had to have that sight line completely open. And I knew the problem I was going to have was being that high up, you could see the whole layout of the ride. And unless I wanted to cover up the future parts of the ride with trees and mountains and other rocks and stuff like that, I had to have something in that direct sight line. So this was my first iteration. I've called back to what I wanted to do in the last video of having nature trying to take back, and the big beam of light coming in from the sun or the moon. It depends on what you want. But the problem I had here is, as you'll see, and obviously you'll see the feet animation of looking down, is just how quick you fly past this section of the ride. And most of it is you being completely drenched in water. So I knew then and there that part wouldn't work. So I had to scrap that and try to find something else. So the thing else I found was I called back to my previous ride that I built. If you haven't seen it, it's called Batman Escape from Gotham. And in that ride, I worked really hard to work with as many screens as I could in that ride. So it was designed to fit inside of the showcase building at Movie World, so that they could just come in and put a completely different ride in there. It was completely built from scratch. And I really love how that ride turned out. So I'll put the little tag thing up through this if you want to have a look. But I had to decide whether I wanted this part of the ride to have a video screen or have just a static shot. So at the moment, I think it's just got the static shot, but I might go back and put a video wall, as that would just pretty much bring it full circle of the callback to the real ride of implementing little video screens and stuff like that, which they have in the real park. So you'll see me here trying to pull off the illusion of the lighting continuing down the tunnel. So obviously in the real ride, when you go on this part will be in the dark. So you'll see the lights in the future like drifting off. Or here's a nice little onboard video of this is what I wanted it to look like when you came around this corner. So that's obviously, you'll continue on, and that's where we're going. Oh Jesus, we're gonna fall down the hole. So that's what I wanted to do. I don't know whether I'll do a video wall or not yet. I might, but that's probably an off-camera thing. So we had to get to work on the ride building, on the building for the video screen. So I wanted it to look like this building was literally pulling itself apart, that it was coming off of the mountain. Something's happened, like an earthquake or something, because the problem I'm having with this ride is having all these sections that need self-explanation. There's no onboard audio or anyone screaming at you or nothing like that. It's a Wild West ride. Like, you're not really going to have someone screaming at you unless it's bandits or cowboys or anything. So a lot of it had to be what you see is what you're getting in the ride. So as you see here, this is the illusion of that hallway continuing on. I do have to edit the resolution of that video. Obviously, this was just done pretty quickly, so I will figure that out a lot better when I get a chance. But yeah, it was pretty much just throwing that building up there, connecting it to the other one, and then working out what I was going to do underneath it. So I thought, oh, well, that'd be cool to have like a homage to what's coming up in the ride and having a nice little bridge. So that's something that I worked really hard on. The only problem I had was obviously this breakaway section it was hard finding little tiny things here to make it look more fragmented. And I didn't want to use any ThemeMaker toolkit sections because I don't really want people to have to download all this stuff just to play this. I want them just to have it with just the basic stuff in the game, a couple of DLC items, and then they're set. They don't need to just download 200 items. So let me know what you think down in the comments, because I'm still on the fence about this. It is slowly winning me over what I'm going to do in the end. As I said, you pretty much fly past that splash section, so that's going to be as basic as I can get it. I just really wanted to focus on that drop section. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm sort of trying to sort this part out before I start the next video, but I probably will finish off the splashdown bit on Monday's episode. But here's a nice little final look of what I came up with. As you can see, something's going on and you drop. Thanks for watching. As I said, this was a pretty rushed video. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, have a great day. Check out one of these ones, and thank you so much for watching.